Hey guys, before we start this episode of Who Actually is Piratech, I wanted to tell you two things. The first one is shortly after the recording, the Kraken and the Kraken Slippy got renamed into Tsunami and Tsunami Slippy. So everything in the following recording called Kraken or Kraken Slippy or Slippy Kraken is the Tsunami and the Tsunami Slippy or Slippy Tsunami. Okay? And secondly, I wanted to tell you that this episode is also sponsored by Piratech. Piratech is your stop for magnetic scales and now called these two awesome tsunami models. And now have fun listening to Who Actually is Piratech. Moin moin and dear welcome to another episode of Tim's Sprachnachrichten, or for you English-speaking people out there, Tim's voicemails. And today I have a very special guest, and that's Damon of Piratech. Hi Damon, how are you?
Hi, Tim. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, thank you for being here. It's quite early for me. Yeah, I have it 6 a.m. right now here in Germany. For you in China, it's like 12 p.m., right?
Yeah. It's 12 p.m. and
Yeah,
the sun
so
is great.
yeah, because I'm a huge fan of Piratech since you released the original Kraken, and since then, since that model, you released like two additional variants, a fixed blade, and now the latest one to the party is the slipjoint, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and now today we are going to talk a bit about how your brand got up and how everything got started. Where are you now? And maybe a little peek into the future. But yeah, I mean, we are talking like, when was the release of the Kraken Slippy? About 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Close before
It-
Blade Show, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Almost like a rush, you know. We
Mm.
all always afraid that it cannot make it to the show.
Oh, okay. So close to the show then, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, actually, the Kraken slip joint was a huge success because the awesomeness of the Kraken Slippy is it's legal to carry here for us in Germany, right? Because
Yeah.
the usual Kraken is a locking folder, and that's
Mm-hmm.
prohibited to carry here in Germany. But the slip joint
Yeah.
is fine, and then with adjustable spring tension, it's even more awesome, right? So yeah, that's
Thank
I
you.
love
Thank
it.
you.
I love it. Since it arrived, I really enjoy the knife, and yeah. So
Thank you so much
um,
for
yeah, sure thing. My God, it's early. God damn it.
It's
um,
all right. Me too.
but
Even
credit
in
where
the even in the middle of
credit's
the
due
day,
to.
you know. Okay.
Yeah. So the first question is always the same, and that's: has EDC always played a role in your life?
Well, this question is like um, I don't know how to start, but I will do it like the easy way, you know. I think the EDC thing is kind of like um, you can explain it to people that it's kind of like a boy's toy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of like a pocket toy for
Yeah.
boys. And for that, I was when I was a child, I always have like something that in my pocket that I can, you know, play with even during the
Okay.
class. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that might be the earlier EDC experience that I have. Like even though I don't know what EDC was by that back in that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for knives it's like another thing, but they also play this almost same role like in my life. But my first knife was like given by my father when I turned 18. So um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, and it's like maybe uh, almost like 14 years ago now. And then it's the Swiss Army knife, and I can take it, to all over the world. But I accidentally lost it when I, fly back to China one time, and I forgot it in my bag instead of, um, getting it to, mail it back or something. So it
Hmm.
gets seized.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Well, but
Yeah, and that
yeah,
happens so fast, right? Because
yeah,
we are so used to carrying the
yeah,
knife
yeah,
in our
yeah,
backpack or in our pants, right? And
yeah, yeah,
then,
yeah,
ah, no,
yeah.
that's
That
sad. Yeah.
that's a sad thing. But after that, I happened to get into the knife business. Um,
Hmm.
you know, we worked for Kaiser for like for 3 to 4 years. So that
Oh, okay.
help me a bit, help me recover a bit because I can
Yeah.
get more access to knives and EDC stuff.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So you started at Kaiser.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Me and my wife started
Hmm.
at Kaiser, but um, that was like that was like my first job at I think. Oh,
Oh,
and
awesome.
yeah, and the best thing about that is like doing things I love, for knives.
Mhm. So Kaiser is located in Shenzhen, right?
I know they have a factory in Yangjiang and we work in Guangzhou. Have the they have the sales department there.
Ah, okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's a start. So I can get more access to knives and
Hmm.
the carry thing. So it's a relief. Also um get me into the business. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. So the step into the business was quite easy, right? Because you worked at Kaiser and already had the contacts to get working, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And also I already have the experience with, with
Yeah.
knives.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, that's awesome because a lot of people um, just start, right? And
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
then already having been part of the knife industry
mm-hmm.
makes it easier to know everything which is important for knife building, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's quite a experience because like I didn't know how complex to to
Mm.
build a good knife it
Mm.
was until I work for Kaiser and especially I'm doing the product thing and work with the workers and
Mm.
engineer. So I learned a lot, but mostly it's like I can you know I can use my skills or say like my love of like physics to,
Mm.
put it to a physical product.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like an experience and also like um, using the technique that you have is kind of a joy.
Yeah. Okay, so was it while working at Kaiser that the idea of Piratech started growing in your head?
Um, Actually, it's like uh, no, but it's kind of like a little bit late the idea of pirate tech because like when we are working like almost like 4 years, 3 to 3 years something,
Hmm.
and I have a relationship with Kay. And by that day, it's like the only thing we want is like we want to, start our small, family together. So um but back in that day, it's kind of like the salary is not that much to afford it. So
Yeah.
we're just looking for something that we do can feed ourselves and our support our small family.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's also the reason we left Kaiser, because the salary, and also like we want to do something that is our own thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Ah,
because
okay,
like
okay, okay.
yeah, like um because like things that you do for big companies, like it's like a lot of part of the thing is kind of like killing yourself. It's kind of like
Mm.
you have to um blend in and work something that uh a group of people is doing, instead of something that you really want to do.
Mm.
Yeah, that also is the reason that drive us to start our own business, so we can be our captain, be the captain of our ship.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. That's an awesome analogy.
yeah, yeah,
Sailing your own ship, right, as the captain. That's
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
awesome,
yeah,
man. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
and
It's much
yeah,
easier to do work for your own thing, right? Even if
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
over, even if it's working overtime, right?
yeah,
Than for a company which isn't yours, right?
yeah. I mean, it's first is your passions, because
Hmm.
you will not do things that didn't drive you, right? For your own,
Yeah.
so it's like first thing is doing the business for ourselves, is like it's our passion to do that, and also it's like getting the thing we done, all the effort we put
Mm.
in is getting back to us, instead of uh, not all getting back to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and make our effort count.
So
That
when
that's
did
the yeah.
you found Piratech? Which year was it?
It was like two yeah, almost 2 years ago, like almost reach
Oh.
our second year anniversary. It's the 2023 July. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
2023 July. Yeah.
Oh, so it's
So
like
yeah,
not even a month and you
yeah,
have
yeah,
your
yeah, yeah,
2 year anniversary.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we did that
Because I have
like
to be
yeah.
honest,
Mm-hmm.
um, I thought you were like around 2020, 2021, that kind of area.
Mm-hmm.
But 2 years
Actually,
ago,
yeah. Yeah.
that's wow. Because in those 2 years, you made quite a name for yourselves, right?
Yeah, I think so. Thanks,
Because,
thanks to all the friends that
yeah,
support us. Yeah.
yeah. Because, I mean, the Kraken and the magnetic scales were
Mm-hmm.
such a new thing to the scene. Easy swappable scales, different styles of scales, right?
Mm-hmm.
Zirconium, and what did crystal titanium you offer is
Yeah,
like
yeah,
your
yeah,
latest
yeah,
offer, right? Your latest addition to the party. And
yeah,
yeah, I mean, it's so awesome because you can adapt the knife to your liking, right? And that's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that with ease, not loosening too many screws. I mean, the only screw you have to lose is the clip screw, right?
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
But every
Yeah,
other
that's the
scale you
point.
can
That's the
just,
point.
yeah,
Yeah,
other scale you can just pop off and you're good to go.
yeah.
And
You know,
that's just awesome, right?
it's like it's always like a pain to to the EDC peoples, like all the schools and all the the maintaining and the worry about play centering of all the stuff is always a pain.
Mm.
I was like experience all that, back in the days, and
Yeah.
and finally we got the chance to build our own thing to to make it easier for people, or say even for just for me, so it's a great thing,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I love both my Krakens, like I already said,
Uh-huh.
right?
Oh, you,
The
yeah, okay.
usual Kraken, I have the Urban EDC variant of it, right, with the Segaya pattern on it.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that pattern was so nice. It come
oh
out so
yeah,
nice. Yeah.
yeah, because the one thing that blows me away every time I handle is
Hmm.
that the Segaya pattern on the clip fits
Yeah,
exactly to the Segaya pattern on the scale, right? That's
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
awesome, and
Yeah,
I
that
can't believe
actually,
that's hard to do, right?
yeah, actually, it's quite hard to matches all the patterns with the parts, because even like a little bit movement during like the CNC
Yeah,
is it would destroy that. So it's kind of a task.
but it worked out, and it's awesome.
Yeah, 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 definitely, definitely. And
um,
yeah.
that brings the question. That puts the question into my head: do you manufacture it all in your own factory?
Well, for us, like like we just starting for making our living. It's impossible to have a a factory
Yeah,
Kaiser or other big
sure.
names. Yeah, but we do have like some some people that share our passions, and the quality we are chasing, and the perfectness we are looking for. So
Hmm.
we got a team that we can do the do the thing that aim for that. So we got a very small factory that can do things slowly, slowly,
Yeah.
and makes the make sure the quality and all the details is focused on is focused. And yeah, so that's the case for us.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So you can see
Yeah, I
like
mean, your
yeah,
company is
yeah,
like close to 2 years old.
yeah, and we
Yeah.
still always sold out, because we are like too slow for the productions.
Yeah, I mean that happens, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So, yeah, I mean, for me, it's like good things take time, right?
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
the same thing is true for growing the company and producing high quality products for a fair price, right? Because
yeah.
the Krakens aren't too expensive, and that's a point you have to dial in, right? Because you can't take too much money of the customer,
Hmm.
but you also have to make a certain amount of money to finance to grow your company, to pay your coworkers, right? To pay
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yourselves, and
yeah.
that's a hard spot to hit. And for me personally, you hit it, and that's um, quite
Thank
a
you, thank you,
quite a challenge achieved, right?
thank you. Yeah, we actually like experience a lot of uh, tough times,
Yeah, I can imagine.
for doing, like new products. We don't
Mm.
like others. other companies that, making like maybe 10 new products a month or something. Yeah, we every time we want to deliver a new product, it's like um having a very tough time because
Mm,
the funds and also the development is not development timing is not short. It's kind of like half year or something of testing all that stuff. So
mm.
yeah, that is very money consuming.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, like I said, right? Good things take time. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, don't be too stressed, right? Because at the end of it, if another Kraken comes out of it, and it's usually the awesomeness of the Kraken, I mean, yeah, let it take time. I mean, the Kraken Slippy is absolutely dope. I love it. Um, it brings so much to the table. I miss in other slip joints, right? Easy swappable
Hmm.
scales or inlays in that case, right? Adjustable clip tension, the 118-degree blade stop is awesome. And it's especially the 18-degree blade stop is a
Yeah, yeah,
change
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know I need in my life, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's like um that's like things to do like differently,
Mm.
for slip joint and the people used to slip joint is kind of like already used to the 90-degree mid stop, right? It's kind of like a thing that too standard for them is hard to notice. Oh, it can do it different, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's also my case when I first get into the slip joint world. There's my first Switch Army knife. I just think the way it is how it is, right?
Yeah.
But but after I have the pain that it will cut my fingers, then I figured out, oh, this must be changed. This
Mhm.
must be another way to do it.
Yeah. So, where does the name Piratech come from?
Piratech is actually a fusion word from pirate and tech. So it's two
Hmm.
words fusion together. Um, because we love, me and my wife and the team love, to do things differently, or say to explore new things.
Hmm.
So I think we got the spirit of pirates who dare to, explore the end of the world or something. So we want to use pirate name, and also we want to do things like have some technology backgrounds, or say like some technology in it instead of just do designs.
Yeah. I mean,
So yeah.
yeah, you have the Kraken clip for the pirate for the Kraken, right? The
Mm-mm-mm.
anchor clip, I mean, and
Yeah,
the whole Kraken itself, the logo of yours, right? The coin with the logo on it, with the Kraken logo on it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I already thought that it's from Pirate and Tech, right?
yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's the spirit.
So, how did you come up with the idea of magnetic scales?
Well, actually, it's uh, a very tough journey. Um, for the first, we don't come up with this. Actually, we do with a very common design and a very common frame knock life, and that is nothing to do with the magnetic scales and all the stuff. But
Yeah.
after after two prototypes, something always like feeling wrong for our team. It's kind of like um always think it's not perfect.
Mm.
Always feels like something missing. So um after that two prototype, it takes maybe like 1 to 2 months. So after that time, we get stressful, and then we think what is missing. We start to
Mm.
argue and that all the stuff. And well, after that, we got to the point that we realize we want to do things like never be done before. So
Mm.
we stop that prototype and we don't use that design, and we start to do something different. Um, from the from the design lines to the whole Kraken looks, and then come to the the magnetic scales part. For the first, it was only a crossbar lock knife, and then we thought the the look, how it looks like, how the blade shape, how the ergonomic is perfect, but also there is still something missing. It's like that was like a beautiful knife, right?
Mm.
But it missed the spirit. It's just like another crossbar lock knife in the market,
Oh yeah.
even though it's good looking, right?
Yeah.
We have to add
Uh,
something different in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm playing with the Kraken right now a bit, and while you are talking, I'm listening, but
Mm-hmm.
also looking at the knife, and I can see what you mean, because if the Kraken didn't have the magnetic scales, just like you said, it would be
Mm-hmm.
another crossbar lock knife, right? But this
Yeah,
way,
yeah,
it stands out,
yeah,
and it's the another awesome crossbar lock knife, right?
yeah. I mean, I mean, from the design, just for the look, standpoint, is kind of perfect.
Oh
But
yeah,
for
100%. Yeah.
for for the structure and also for function thing, it's not perfect, because I experienced a lot of knife back in the days, right?
Mm,
And I know all the painful experience for different type of knife and different type of locking, or say screws and structures. I know all that, and I
yeah.
experience all. So at that point, I think if we want to make a perfect knife, then it must be not only the look is perfect, the ergonomics is perfect, but also have to be, have a perfect mechanism, or say a perfect structure that aways all the painful stuff.
Mm,
So the first point come out is like you are very difficult to change the um the spring while you're using other crossbar lock knife, right?
yeah.
And second is like the pivot. You have to unscrew it to get to the spring, and
Mm,
also you have to worry about the blade centering.
oh
That's a
yeah.
lot of difficulties and painful experience.
Mm.
Um, Most of all is the Benjamin. You know, it's always painful to disassemble it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what we come out with the magnetic scales. It's kind of like we want something that is not interfering the basic structure of the knife. So the knife can be operated with the the skeleton, or say the inside structure,
Mm-hmm.
independently. So
Yeah.
not relying on the scales, or say handle. And
Yeah.
also we want something to achieve that is kind of like we have to invent other uh, technology route for this type of product. Instead
Mm.
of using screws, we have to use something that can provide the press, the force to press the scale
Yeah.
on the knife.
Yeah.
And that is magnetic force, right? It's
Yeah.
simple, thinking simple. But the difficulty is to, to make the scales not moving, or say wobbling
Yeah.
when you use
Mm-hmm.
magnet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the difficulty for this type of designs. But we got the magnetic scales idea from that. So yeah,
That's so awesome, right? Because you said, yeah, you don't have to maintain. The maintenance is easier. You don't have to loosen the pivot screw or any screws at all.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
that's the aspect I didn't have in mind, right? Because it's um, the maintenance on the Kraken is so easy.
yeah.
I didn't think
You
about it.
you don't even realize
Yeah,
that. That's
yeah,
the point.
exactly, exactly. And yeah, it's such an amazing knife, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Thank you.
did you expect it to become this amazing piece it is, and this, yeah, kind of revolutionary piece?
Well, for the first, uh, I would say we we do expect it to be great.
Mm-hmm.
After a lot of work and thinking before that, but also we didn't expect it to be, like this amazing. You know,
Mm.
I think we are like just want to do this perfectly, even though it might not work out, for the market.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually it worked out. So that's is the thing that we didn't expect, but we expect it to be great from our deep from our heart. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But not knowing is that great. Yeah.
So, how did you come up with the idea of the Kraken Slippy?
Well, actually, it's like um, our product is you know from the first date, the first Kraken come out
Mm.
is kind of already planned the whole line for it. We already planned, like, if this one work out and the company survived, right? We will do like fixed blade and also like slip joints.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's based on, we want to we want more of variants of the magnetic scales that can be accepted and known in the knife world. So people in the knife world is basically like different type of people, like um, one type of people like locking knife, like fidgety, and other type is like um, fixed blade and like slip joint guy something. So we want to, yeah, we want to explore and let more people to know about that.
Yeah.
So we the first goal was like the original goal was like to change the way that people sees knives, right? So that's why we are going through like all the product lineup. So the Slippy is in the plan at the first day the Kraken come out.
Ah,
But
okay.
but um but what we are going to do with that is actually kind of late. It's kind of like uh we think that how we do this slip joint, right?
Mm,
We already have the project. We need to do a slip joint, but we don't know how we do it or
yeah.
what it's like.
The
So
tech behind it, right?
yeah. That's the point. Same as the fixed plate is also like we do it one at a time. So you will see a little bit different of the
Mm,
magnetic scales evolved. Like from the Kraken is like the whole titanium piece, and for the fix it's like also a titanium piece, but not like uh hidden the liners or something. It's kind of different. And for the
yeah.
slip joint is kind of the innate to do that thing. And also, the slip joint is kind of like back to my original love. So
Mm.
I put all the pain painful thing about slip joint in the project to think through that, to think how can we um, do things different from the traditional slip joint to
Mm,
make those pain go away. Yeah, that's all that. The
yeah.
adjustables tension is react to the traditional slip joint is kind of weak of the tensions, and the mid-stop degrees is act from the 90 degrees mid-stop from the traditional slip joint. Yeah, and the magnetic scales actually do help for us for thinking about the adjustable
Yeah,
tension because it's
totally.
very easy. You don't need any tools to get there. Yeah, that's the whole thinking through that.
Yeah. And you can hide it, right, behind the
Yeah,
or
yeah,
beneath
yeah,
the magnetic scales. And
yeah.
yeah,
And the
for
and the
me,
and the
the
yeah.
Kraken Slippy
Hmm.
is the or has become in such a short time the poster boy of modern slip joints, right?
Hmm.
Because it brings so much to the table of a traditional or the most traditional knife form besides fixed blade folding knife form we have
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
in the
yeah,
knife mark on the knife market.
yeah.
And
Slip joint is like
yeah,
actually like 200 to 300 years history. The slip
yeah,
joint.
yeah.
Yeah,
So and the Kraken Slippy for me is the most mm, modern slip joint you can get. I mean, sure, there are double D10 knives, right, which are also slip joint knives, but they always have the screws in it. I mean, the Kraken Slippy has the screws as well, but hidden beneath
yeah,
those
yeah, yeah,
awesome
yeah,
magnetic scales. You have the adjustable blade strength, the blade stop at 118 degrees, not 90 degrees. And
yeah,
that's
yeah,
um, these 3 points make this from as well as the design of it, the whole shape of it, which is modern, um, makes it the poster boy for me of modern slip joints, right?
yeah. That's actually is kind of a dream come true.
Mm,
Um, because I used to the slip joint, the traditional one, but also I want something that looks modern. That's
Mm.
how it looks right now. At in China, it's also the same as Europe. So we forbid all the locking knife here. So the
Oh yeah,
legal one
so
we can yeah the legal one
yeah.
we can carry is the slip joint ones.
Oh
So
yeah, awesome.
yeah, that's also the reason that why we want to do a slip joint.
Oh, that's awesome. So will you make other scaled or inlays for the Kraken Slippy than the standard Mikata ones? 100% right.
Yeah, sure. I mean that's the game, right?
Yeah.
um for the magnetic scales, it's also have like one feature is to easy swapping. So
Yeah.
people nowadays want to want a lot of fancy scales, but they cannot get the scales, or say they afraid of taking the knife apart to change the scales.
Mm.
So the magnetic scales is the solution for that. So
Yeah,
people can
100%.
easily swap the scales without paint, and maybe they were willing to do that more in the future. So
Mm.
yeah, that's what we're thinking, because a lot of people just buy different variation of the same knife, so they can have the different scale looks, you know. But what we do is just like you can have one knife and different look by changing the scales. So you can actually use that one knife, use that one blade, instead of wasting a lot of blade steel.
Mm. So what's the toughest part of the Kraken Slippy to design and produce?
Um,
I
Actually, it's kind
can
of
I can I take a take? Can I
sorry.
take a take? I would
Yeah.
say it's
Hmm.
the adjustable spring tension. That's the toughest part to design and produce. But for just out of my head, right?
Yeah. Actually, it's kind of like a series of problems. So
Ah, okay.
um, yeah, you can say it's one thing, but actually, it's kind of like um, a series of problems, because once you do the adjustable, and also the holes, the position of the pin, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to calculate all the force of the spring tensions,
Mm.
and
Oh yeah, I
you
see.
move a little bit of the pin, the force will be different. And also the um how I put it is like the nail nick of the slip joint
Mm.
um is also require different uh different shape and different like angle for to matching the strength you need to put the knife out.
Mm. Yeah, I
Yeah,
see. I see.
yeah. That's the point, because um we actually the toughest part with the one that we prototype the most, I would say the most times, is the
Mm.
nail neck of the Sleepy Kraken.
Mm.
Yeah,
But
it's the groove on
yeah,
the harpoon shape.
and that's when I saw the Kraken Sleepy for the first time
Mm-hmm.
and saw the nail nick in the harpoon, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Damn, that's awesome!"
Yeah.
Because in on most slip joints, you
Yeah,
have the
yeah,
nail
yeah, yeah,
nick
yeah, yeah.
or the hole in the blade at the same spot.
Yeah,
And now you implemented the nail nick into the design of the blade. And
yeah.
I enjoy that so much because even the pulling the force, right, or
Mm-hmm,
building the
mm-hmm.
force with the lever length of
Mm-hmm.
where the nail nick is at,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
easy
yeah.
to pull off the blade or pull the blade out of the scales, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It doesn't matter which tension you put it at. So
Yeah,
that's pretty
that's
awesome,
the
right?
that's the position that have the longest leverage. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's I'm so glad that have someone understand that and notice that. You know, actually, it's kind of like engineer thing to the beauty of that is kind of like doing things to to hidden to
Mm,
make it as normal as it can be, so people do not see, oh, there is a big hole in that for some reason, for some functions, right? We
mm,
just want to make things blend into the whole design, so people will notify it when they use it, but instead of like, oh, I knew it, or something, but they have to, try it, like have some guess, and oh, they find out and they start to, enjoy what we bring to them. So
yeah.
yeah, that's the thing. And also the harpoon shape is actually just for the nail nick.
Yeah, I mean,
It was a drop point um Kraken blade shape, but we want to add a nail nick, so we add it to the farthest the point, um
mm,
far away from the pivot, and then we think that harpoon shape is a great way to do that.
and
Yeah.
also fits the pirate theme, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. So it turns out very nice. So
Yeah,
th-
absolutely.
that's the beauty of like when you got one thing um that makes the function and the beauty and the looks together is beautiful.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely. So, what's your favorite thing about the Kraken and the Kraken Slippy?
Well, it's hard to say, because like those are like the children of my own, So
Exactly. Yeah, that's
so
always the same response to that kind of question I get. Right? You have to choose your
yeah,
favorite child, right?
yeah. And even worse is this question is like um choose why you love your children. So I would say honestly, because I put a lot of time and hard work in it and thinking about
Mm,
it, so I love them. But um, the if I have to choose one favorite thing, is like uh, aside from all the uh, engineer thinking, but
mhm.
for the look, I would say is the cutout for the pointing fingers to rest on.
Mm,
That spot is the um, most beautiful curve I can imagine. I can draw. So
yeah, I see.
that's my favorite part. Yeah.
Oh
You.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome because
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
always the same, right? On the Kraken Sleepy, and on the fixed.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah, I see.
it allows you to rest your finger there. and also like
It's
um,
comfortable. Yeah.
comfortable, and also a little bit locking.
Mhm.
Make your grip solid. So
Yeah.
it's the spot. Yeah, it's the
That's so amazing because it's so subtle. And now that you point it out, it's
yeah.
the first time I recognize it. And yeah, it's awesome. 100%.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the most beautiful
Yeah.
curve
Yeah. 100%. Definitely.
I can draw.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Learned something today. Yeah. Great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's great. That's great. Always have different experience every day. That's great.
Yeah. So, what's the most challenging part in creating these awesome knives?
Uh, the challenging part is like well, we will say um I would say a lot of stuff, but the most thing I think is the money.
Hmm.
Well, to to start a company like this, to do innovative thing, and new stuff that hasn't been done in the market, it's
Yeah.
kind of like um burning money away, because we have to do all the testing, all the thinking behind that, and there is no case study from the market, so we can only learn from our failure. So basically, it's the money that drives us crazy, because every time we develop a new new knife, new project, it's kind of like a headache of can we survive? Can we um, make it perfect in time? So yeah,
Mm.
it's very hard.
Yeah, I can relate.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's also the beauty of it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
for me, it's always like failure is the
Hmm.
is an expensive teacher, but
Yeah,
the
yeah,
best
yeah,
teacher you can get,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because if you don't fail, you don't learn as much as
yeah,
if you
yeah,
fail,
yeah,
right?
yeah. That's the point. That's the point.
So, what's the most fun part of creating these awesome knives?
Well, actually, it's kind of like what you said. Just like we can learn so much. We can learn
Hmm.
so much from it. Every
Especially
time we,
with such
yeah,
a young company, right?
yeah, yeah. Everything is new because what we do is to create a new route, a new technology route,
Hmm.
for the whole industry. So um, instead of using screws, we use magnets to hold things apart, hold things together. So
Mm.
for that, it's kind of like you can learn so much in a day, or say in the whole process, because everything will change once you change to use screws. Everything you have to calculate and like um, think through the whole structure. Is it stable enough? Is it strong enough? Um, yeah, all the stuff we can learn a lot. So yeah, basically it's the most fun part, because we love to study things, to learn new things, and also um the most joy is like after the project is perfectly, done and come out with a perfect product. That was the most joy. Yeah.
Mm. So, would you say it's the process itself, That's the so starting it, learning from it, and then
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
ending
yeah,
it
yeah.
with an awesome or the perfect a perfect product.
Yeah, it's kind of like I'm not sure you familiar with, Lego or say Bandai's like Gundam models or something. It's
Oh
kind
yeah.
of like the same thing to,
Mm.
um what we admire is the people that create those blueprint that can, help you to build the Gundam, build the
Yeah.
Legos,
Yeah.
right? Because that is kind of a step by step
Part by
route,
part. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, to lead you, to guide you
Mm.
from the first piece, right? And that's the whole feelings when we do this thing um, with the team. It's kind of like, okay, we got the first piece of that Lego. We
Mm.
got the first piece is the magnetic scales, right?
Yeah.
Then we have to deal with the next step and all the steps come come along. Like how to um, make sure the scales do not wobble, how to make sure like the force is enough, for a lot of um, failing from like from 2 feet high or something,
Mm.
and also like how the Kraken's the clip, how to make it like screwless. There's a lot of
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of um, structure is changed because of the magnetic scales, because the difference from using screws. So we have to think through all the structures, all the thing to make it a new way to do that.
Mm.
Otherwise, it's only the scale is not working.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's like the most fun part we have.
Mm.
We argue, we do all the thinking, we split our mind, the brainstorming, how we can, do that with the magnetic scales, how we, um, get a new thing to match the magnetic scales to let it more efficient, more usable instead of just a gimmick or something, and how we can improve the product with that. So it's basically creating a new uh, blueprint for our company, the
Mm.
technology roots. So it's a fun thing to do. It's creating. It's like yeah, 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 challenging, and yeah.
So the next question is kind of tough, then I guess. That
Hmm.
one thing which embodies Piratech the most besides the magnetic scales.
Wow. Um, that's a tricky question. It's like I know a lot of people is kind of like bonding us, bonding Piratech with the magnetic scales.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I do too,
most,
to be honest.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So most people just like speaking of Piratech, they would think of like magnetic scales, or say magnetic scales, they think of Piratech. Um,
Yeah.
we think actually it's a good thing for a brand that is new, so it can help us to stand out from others, and also um, have a better point to market it, and to let more people to understand and know us quick. But
Mhm.
when you ask these questions, actually, it's like the first questions we decided to do something different. back in the days that we haven't started to design the Kraken, you know.
Mm.
That was the first questions we asked ourselves. What we do, what we want to do with Piratech, what we want to do to, give um, the world, what we want to give. Um, it was actually um, simplified to two words. The Seek Different, our slogan,
Yeah.
is kind of like um, our first goal, or what we want to do was like we want to do things differently, to make people think different of
Mhm.
lives, of maybe everything in their life.
Yeah.
So I would say the one thing um that embodies Biotech is like the spirit we stand for, and we want to share to the world, to encourage people to do seek different, and find different thing in your life, do something that um do something new, but they
Mm.
maybe small, maybe just try a different path to go to work, or maybe see the job as can be done a different way, to try that a lot of possibilities, to explore different things. Then you will know the joy that you find things can be done differently. Um, it's kind of like a learning process. You do things different, then you can learn things different, then you can learn a lot. So you
Yeah.
can have the joy in it. And I think that's the spirit that um Heritage stand for. So that's what we wish to do, instead of just magnetic scales. I would say
Mm.
magnetic scales is just like the beginning of all this. It's the first different thing we want to do. So maybe in the future you will see us have a lot of different, innovative stuff, not just magnetic scales, but others. So we'll see, we'll see.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm really excited for the new stuff you come up with, but I mean, yeah, the youngest child is just arrived with the Kraken
Uh,
Slippy, so yeah, I mean, it's a bit tough to have such a or have at least a big peek into the future, right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
So, I mean, you have a short company history, but
hmm
what would be your personal highlight until now?
well, personal highlight. It's hard to tell because like we have a small group of team, so basically we do things um we do all the argues and all the brainstorming together, and we have like everyone has their highlights, or say um their thing. But for me, if you have me to choose, I would say maybe it's the day that we bring Tech, back to the right path. You know, the day we abandon those prototype to
Hmm.
do the Kraken. The day that we figured out we have to do something different that we
Hmm.
always want to do, instead of just doing other people's doing and making the dumb money and all the stuff. So I would say that was the personal highlight. I would say that because um, I am the one that maybe um for thinking um more I'm not sure how to put it, maybe like thinking too much. I'm always the one that thinking too much. So the I always think that the purpose, the spirit, the mission with what we want to do, it's my job to think and to guide. So I think that was the personal highlight to make sure the team goes the right way and make sure they they're happy with what they're doing instead of just repeatedly do a prototype that is nothing, you know, nothing good.
So that moment is also, or that highlight is also the spirit of your motto, right? Seek
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
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 awesome.
that's when the word comes out. Yeah.
So the last question, oh, it's not a question, it's just like Piratech in 3 words.
Well, it's even harder, I always have a lot to talk, but in 3 words, it's like I can think a lot. Um, I would say like six difference and always like this.
Always seek different, yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome, yeah.
just not only for the company, but for our lives, for people who know us, who love us. So
Yeah,
it's also
that's awesome.
it's also a spirit that we want to share. Yeah.
Yeah, because for the last one, I also have put some ideas in my head what I
Mm-hmm.
personally would choose, and I was
Mm-hmm.
struggling with the third word. I had innovative, magnetic, and then the third one didn't want to come up. But always seek different is just yeah, it fits perfectly, right? It's your motto, and
Yeah.
just added a teeny tiny bit that makes it even more, let's say, intense.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, Damon, it was a pleasure having you on the podcast. It was really, really much fun talking to you for close to 1 hour and 10 minutes right now. We have 1 hour,
Yeah.
7 minutes on the clock, and time
Well,
flew
time
by, right?
flies.
Yeah. It was such an awesome talk. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I'm having fun with you, especially for it's already an hour. I didn't even realize that. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice talk. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for being here. I wish you the best of luck for your future. I hope we can talk again for maybe the next project. It would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
it
sure.
would be an honor to do so.
Yeah,
And
it will be fun. It will be fun.
now I wish you all, you, Damon, and the people who are listening, a good day. Have fun what you're doing, and like Damon said, always seek different, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, have a good time, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you.